Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do the collective for today. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, we love that for you. God's kiss. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. If you don't know it to be true, it's not for you. What's the tea? We haven't done it in a long time, and I was pulling the Intuitive City Oracle out of the dresser over here. And yeah, I said dresser because I have that many cards. I literally have my cards in a dresser. I want to eventually, I think, clear out the closet because I have like totes in there with like old blankets and stuff, and I don't use most of it. Like I use the same stuff over and over again. So I'll probably like donate stuff and then just store stuff in the garage. And because I'm going to go through the garage anyway in the spring, I always do it. I always do it like the spring and the fall. And I think I'm going to get shelves in there and I'm going to put the tarot cards on the shelves in there. I think it'll just be easier. And then I can actually use the dresser for like clothes or the blankets or, you know what I mean? Something. Probably make more sense. But we haven't used this deck in a while, so I pulled it. We'll see what happens. I feel like we always get like negative readings from this. That's why I kind of stopped using it for a while. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, right. This is why I stopped using it. We got 3 on the table. 5 on the table. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it as I do these last 2 shuffles. I feel like this is confirmation for me. I feel like this is totally confirmation for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I was talking about it this morning. I think I was talking about it last night. And yeah. Can you make one of my ears ring, please, sir? Seriously, 6 on the table. Last shuffle. I think this is confirmation for me. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it resonates for somebody else. Okay, we got 7 with bottom of the deck. I'm gonna set this up here on the box. On the box. Okay, so we got happiness hater. We got rejected. We got clout hungry. We got ignoring. Child services. Played out. And creeping, bottom of the deck. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. I was just going to say, if I lisp or if I'm talking kind of funny, it's just because I got back from the dentist. I'm all kind of, I got like fluoride on my teeth. I got to sit for another like hour and a half. So anyway, I seriously, okay. It's confirmation. Admit it's confirmation for me. Admit it. Give me a sign. Let me know you're here. All of these battle lines being drawn across the atmosphere. It's a train song. Calling all the angels. I just listened to it yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. Good versus evil. Listen to this. Listen to this. Y'all. Who hasn't been through this? Tell me who hasn't been through this. Okay. So we're dealing with a happiness hater that either you rejected or they rejected you, or like if you rejected them, they're like, no, I rejected you. And if they rejected you, you're like, no, I rejected you. There's something about the rejected. Like each person thinks they rejected the other, maybe, is what I'm getting. Someone's clout hungry. You could both people could be clout hungry, right? Both could. But probably definitely whoever this happiness hater is, because if somebody else has clout for whatever reason, they're going to hate on that. Like how come I don't have that kind of rank, right? Like how come I'm not up there? How come that person is up there? Doesn't make sense to me. I'm prettier, I'm younger, I'm sexier, I make more money, da 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 da. How come I'm not up there, right? When in reality, that's not people. And don't get me wrong, like in the modeling world, right? Actors, actresses, things like that. Like, yeah, beauty has its place, okay? But in the real world, like between me and everyday Joe or everyday Donna, like it really doesn't matter. Like your clout, your rank, your authority, right? It's going to be based on what you do in life. It's going to be based on your performance according to God. It's if you believe. It's not like, oh, I'm the cutest, so like I have the most followers, the most friends, the most family members that give me money and hang around with me. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't in the real world, like it doesn't typically work like that. This is someone with the clout hungry. Like this is somebody that would do anything to get ahead. I'm just gonna say it. Take how it resonates. But sleeping their way to the top, basically. There's a meaner way to say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it clean. Sleeping their way to the top. However, I think for most that would not be the case. This person is gonna use connections to make themselves look better, if that makes sense. So, and I'm just going to be honest, we have this a lot in our work in my workplace where people get hired based on who they know, okay? We have a lot of families, like whole families working in our warehouse. Um a lot of friends of friends of friends, like a lot of people know other people there. Um yeah. So it could be something like that, like using other people, using their connections to make themselves look better, to make themselves look bigger, brighter, more famous, that kind of thing. And it doesn't, and again, this doesn't have to be like, whoa, like, this could be small scale. Like my opinion on my own fame, it's small scale, you know? Like I have 1,000 and I think as of last night, 96 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks, guys. I love every single one of you. Um, I mean, and no offense to my subscribers. Again, I love you, but like that's not like astronomical. I like it. I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. I get on here and do what I do because I love to do what I do. I don't really get on here because give me 20, 120, 320 subscribers. Like, like I always tell you guys, if you follow, if you subscribe, I always tell you guys, YouTube, TikTok, my blog, if you want. You don't have to, right? Everything is in Linktree. Linktree is in the description box. If you want to follow, you can follow. If you don't, I don't care. I mean, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I love to do it. That's just how it is, you know? I've been doing this going on 2 years. I've never had a paid reading. I had one person ask once, do you do paid readings? And I said, yeah, send me an email. They never sent me an email. I never got an email. Um, it's fine. Like I have a regular job. I have a full-time job, you know. I do this for fun. I don't I do it for you guys, right? But I do it for me too. I love to do it, you know? It's part of my life. It's part of who I am. Um, but somebody else like wouldn't understand that. You know what I mean? Like this person would be like, no, no, no. I got 1,096 subscribers. You guys got to get me another 100 subscribers every day till the end of the month, or I'm not going to do readings. You know, like that's who this person would be. Like they'd be like, no, 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 until I get like 100,000 subscribers, uh, you know, I'm not doing freebies. I'm not, you know, like it's just that kind of like I'm just here for the votes kind of thing. Like I'm just here for the fakeness. I'm just here for the fame. I don't give a shit about the actual work. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys know what I mean. Like there's actors, musicians out there that don't really give a shit about the music, about movies. Like they sell out all the time and they do it cuz they want money, you know? And I think actors and musicians and other artists go through phases, you know, where they sell out for money and then they have a backbone and then they sell out again and then they have a backbone, right? And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just saying that there's people out there like that, you know? They don't give a shit about the work. They just want this and they'll do anything to get this, but they don't care. You could be ignoring this person, they could be ignoring you, you could be ignoring each other, okay? Kind of like a blase with when you look at the cat, kind of like a blase, kind of like, well, you know, you know, you know, like who cares, you know, like that kind of like I'm not paying attention to you, you're not paying attention to me, and it's all good. But again, one or both people don't. It's like I'm ignoring you. No, I'm ignoring you, kind of thing. Now, you guys know how I feel about child cards, children cards. I say this all the time in the Lenormand deck when I do the Lenormand decks. Um, I mean, I have others, but I have a lot of Hattie Thorn Lenormand decks. When I see a child card, kids, child services even, it says kids at risk of being taken or is about to reporting something, neglect, abuse. Yes, I'm not going to say this could not be a possibility, right? Whoever this happiness hater is, maybe they have a kid and they don't take care of them properly. I don't know. But oftentimes when I get the child card, for me, it symbolizes somebody that's acting like a giant baby. So, like if this story was about me and I was the asshole, I'm acting like a child. Like I have no reason. I'm not learning. I'm not growing. I'm not healing. Um, like I hate on people for no reason. I'm jealous. I'm envious. You know, like all those kind of negative attributes make me seem like I'm acting like a child, right? Because when you don't learn from anything and you just walk around thinking you're the most important person on the planet and blah, 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 no, you're not. You big baby. There's a whole big world out there, and you are a very tiny little piece of it. And I hate to say it in a way that makes people feel small because there's a difference between being small and tiny. Okay? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, feeling small makes it seem like you don't feel like you're good enough. I'm not saying you're not good enough. I'm saying that in the overall scheme of the universe, on this planet, you're this, surrounded by this. right? You're this surrounded by this. You're meaningless. You don't mean anything. You might mean something to 20 people, 100 people. If you have 1,000 followers, right? 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, whatever. You might mean something to that circle. But out there in the real world where there's 8 billion people, 10 billion people, however many billions of people there are now, you don't mean anything. It's kind of funny because I actually was thinking about that last week, over the weekend too, about there's, and I'm not going to call out names, but I've been on TikTok for like 4 years now. Well, maybe like 3.5 years now, something like that. And there are creators on there because there was a time when all these creators were rising and coming up, a lot of them together, a lot of them at the same time, and they became, like TikTok famous. And I could name a few, but I'm not gonna. Um some of them are very down to earth, okay? Some of them are down to earth, they know their place. They know what is what. But there are some on there that think they're the shit, and they think like your world should revolve around them, and they're fucking fabulous and famous. And those TikTok creators that I noticed started to act like that, like getting really like belligerent with followers and people that make comments, and um they're creating posse like followers and subscribers that pounce on any single person that makes a comment. Any single person that makes a comment. A joke, even, like, just bam, like, I don't follow people like that. I don't follow people like that because when I see negative shit on my TikTok, I erase, I block, I tell them to fuck off. And I can do that because I'm not really, I mean, I have 1.2 something million likes, and I have more, views. I probably like 10, 15 million views. I don't know. Um, I have like, I'm getting close to like 7,000 followers on there. That's like nothing. There's people out there that have like 1 million followers and 80 million views. And some of these creators like think that they're the fucking shit. But if they were to go out in the real world, people would look at them and be like, who the fuck are you? You know? Like, I don't give a shit if you're taking video with your phone, or even if you got like your little husband or boyfriend or son or kid or whatever as a cameraman. Man, fuck you. Like, fuck off. Like, none of these people mean anything out there in the real world. Not really. There's only a few, like, I would say, like TikTok, like maybe like news sources. Um, like I follow Aaron Paranis, I think, or Paranis. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and he's really good. I like him. I like him a lot. He just takes all the news and he throws it back out there for, like, he watches all the news, and then on his TikTok he throws the news out there for you. And I don't get news. I don't have cable, so I watch him most of the time. I have other news sources on there too. But and I follow Fox, I follow BBC, I follow WGN, which is local. Um, I follow a bunch. There's one called the Tennessee Holler out of Tennessee. I follow them. Um, I mean, I just follow all kinds of stuff. And yeah, yes, I'm more liberal Democrat, but I mean, I voted Republican in the past. I vote for the candidate that I think could best run the country for us as humans, not per party, because I don't believe in parties. I think that is all bullshit. I think that is what divides us as a people, and I think that's very sad that we let them do that to us. Very sad. Harley, quit crying. I know the cat's cries by heart. Um, but they're they're not famous out there. You know, like they're not Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston, Tom Cruise. Like they're not them, you know, and they think that they're the shit. And I just stopped following creators like that. I seriously, I don't have time for your ego. Like leave your ego at the door. Seriously, seriously. I had made a comment about a recipe and I had posted my own recipe like as a joke and I said, haha, look at this, And it was obviously a joke because I literally just like threw a bunch of ingredients on there and said, hey, throw this in a crock pot. And oh my god, this creator's fans went ape shit on me. Like ape shit on me. And I was like, it's a joke, right? And they're like, go take your joke to somebody else's page and blah, blah. And this creator did nothing, nothing. She lets her followers, her subscribers talk to other people like that. And I was like, dude, I've been supporting you for like 3 years and I absolutely love you. But the fact that you think that you are the fucking end all be all of fucking recipes, you are absolutely the fuck not. So I took to my own TikTok and I posted, do you know how many recipes there are out in the world for food? Like hundreds of thousands. Yeah, hundreds of thousands. So yours are like this, and the world's is like this. Like, and it's not to say she doesn't have good recipes, right? But like, hello, you are one of like 500 creators on TikTok that tried to make it big with recipes. And you think you're the end all be all. You're the only cook chef out there. Like, really? Like, seriously? So I stopped following her and I blocked her. I blocked her ass. I'm like, I don't care who you are. You are nothing in my world. And when you act like that and you let your subscribers act like that towards other people, that is just some nasty energy. Nasty. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. I've had people post weird comments on this channel, our channel, you know, and I've been like, I don't even know what that means. I'm just going to block them. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to block them because I don't know what that is, you know? Just like weird comments. I had somebody my first year that I was on YouTube on one of my videos like, "Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like you should stop making videos. You're a liar and this that and the other." And I assume I and I'm just going to say this. I assume it's someone I know. Okay? I'm not going to be specific on that, but I'm assuming it's somebody that I knew from my past. That was mad that I was talking about my life on here, which I am allowed to do. I don't give names that often, and this person in particular, I've only ever said their name on here once, very long time ago. And you have no right to get on here and say anything about what I do on here, so fuck off. And I deleted it. I blocked it. And I think it was two different people giving me the same message. And then I think one of them got back on there and like told me to unalive myself or something like that. There was something about like you're a liar and you should just yourself. And I was just like, fuck you, like, and I pretty much know who it was. I don't care. I blocked them. I got rid of them. And if they came back and followed me under another name, if they're watching right now, congratulations. I don't care. You know, I don't put up with that bullshit. Like I can't stand to follow somebody or subscribe to somebody that thinks that they're better than everybody else. You're not better than anybody else. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. Nobody on this planet is better than anybody else. We are all living the human experience. This gives the vibe of somebody that thinks that they're better than everybody else. Like they walk around acting like a giant child. Like I know everything. I'm better than everyone. We kind of got this Was it Saturday or Was it Saturday or Monday? Or maybe it was Friday. We kind of got that kind of same energy in one of the readings. Like somebody thinking that like they're above everybody, like they know everything. And I'm sorry. I'm just of the opinion like I know I don't know everything. I'm more than willing to admit I don't know everything. And B, that's a good thing because that means I'm always learning. And I always want to learn. So I will never ever say, yep, I know everything. Tina, Johnny, Bob, Briscoe. I know everything. You will never ever hear me say that. Ever. Ever. The energy is played out. Whether it's coming from you, whether it's coming from them, whether it's coming from the both of you. It's like okay, enough already. Like we're not friends, we're not family, we're not lovers. Like what are you hating on? Like I walked away, you walked away. It doesn't matter. Why are you still hating? Why are you still hating on other people's happiness? Why can't you just be in your own energy, be your own person and be happy? And fuck everybody else, right? Whoever this happiness hater is, or you, again, or you, take how it resonates, be honest about who you are in the situation. But somebody is watching another person, somebody watches other people, somebody is constantly trying to take on other people's energy to cover their own. Okay? That's really what it comes down to. Copycat, competitor, however you want to phrase that. Somebody is always trying to take on somebody else's energy because they just can't stand being in their own skin. Okay? Oh, okay. I think I want to title that, but I gotta write it down because I will forget. I will forget. Doesn't even. There we go. It's not even spelled correctly, but it's fine. Um, sorry, my brother texted me. Um, wait, let me. He gets kind of insecure. Let me send him like a smiley face or something. 'Cause I don't. There we go. You know how texts are. People misinterpret things, and he was never diagnosed autism, but he kind of has those attributes. So I just want to make sure he doesn't think like. All right. So yeah, somebody can't stand their own energy, doesn't like their own energy, doesn't know what their own energy is. They are constantly taking on other people's energy. Listen, I'm going to say this. It's not like I've never copied somebody, okay? It's not like I've ever seen not it's not like I've never seen somebody, wear a certain top or dress and been like, "Hey, where'd you get that?" You know? But it's another thing to have your whole existence based on you following others and copying others and mimicking others. Like that's just and I said it before. I said it in my real life and I've said it before in the readings. That's single white female bullshit. Whether you're a man or a woman, that is single white female bullshit. And if you have never seen the movie Single White Female, please go see the movie Single White Female. I think it came out, it was either late 80s, early 90s. And I know I just talked about this like a week or two ago because it pertains to my situation. Um, Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Jennifer Jason Leigh moves in with Bridget Fonda and she starts copying her and trying to be her. And it is sick because obviously in the movie Jennifer Jason Leigh has mental health issues. It's obvious, right? Like people that do that have mental health issues, seriously. Um and again, just my own personal experience. If you follow, if you subscribe, you know my story. The ex-best friend of 30 plus years that sexually assaulted me twice in 2022. She has a mental health issue. She literally thought we were in competition. In competition for what? For what? And it wasn't until I stopped being friends with her, it wasn't until I acknowledged what happened between us in that last year that I went back and I looked at things and I remembered conversations and I'm thinking, why on earth would you think that that's a competition? Like, I thought it was girl talk. I thought it was chatter. And then I went back and I dissected it and I was like, holy shit, this bitch thought she was in competition with me for everything. Like, who does that? Who does that? And that is seriously, seriously a mental health issue because no one should ever be like that. No one. That would be like one day me going into work and seeing somebody wear jeggings and being like, okay, you got them at Walmart. I'm going to Walmart and getting those jeggings. And then the next day I show up in the jeggings and I see somebody else with a pixie haircut. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get my haircut in this pixie haircut. And then the next day I come in with the jeggings and the pixie haircut and somebody's got a tattoo of a heart on their hand. So I go in and I get a tattoo of a heart on my hand. And by the end of the week, I look like 20 other people, but I don't know who I am. That's a mental health issue. It's one thing, when you're friends with somebody, like I think I told you guys before, I wear the rings because somebody that I used to work with when I worked at Yankee Candle, a young woman who I actually was in love with, she's the first woman that I was ever in love with, wore rings. She wore rings on every finger, multiple rings on every finger, all different kinds of rings. And I just loved it. I always loved the look. So not long after her and I lost contact, I started wearing rings. And for some reason, when I got married to the ex-husband, I stopped wearing them. I only ever wore my wedding band. And I think I realized after the fact, like, why did I stop wearing my rings? Because I thought I was devoting myself to my marriage and my wedding band. Like, why did I stop wearing my rings? And I started wearing my rings again because it eventually became a part of who I was. And now it is. It's not very often you see me without my rings. Sometimes like on the weekend or even today, like if I was off and I didn't have to go out, I probably wouldn't have them on. But usually like when I go out, I like to have them on and I almost think of them as like a talisman, protection. Um, what else have I taken? What else have I taken from other people? I'm trying to think. What else have I taken from other people? I don't know. I mean, occasionally clothes, right? Or I'll see a shoe or, um, but nothing that ever really like sticks, nothing like that. I don't think I have anything else that really like that I took on that stuck with me cuz I don't do it that often. I don't copycat people that often. And it's funny because okay, here's a good example. So one of my friends at work, she's a younger woman. She came up to me like 2 weeks ago, and she's like, I think I want bangs. And I'm like, oh, you'd look great in bangs. Like you should totally get bangs. You would look so cute. Get them kind of like feathered and kind of feathered out, and have your hair layered. Like I think it would look nice. Kind of like a newer version of Farrah Fawcett, if you know who that is. So I had it in my head like, okay, maybe I'm gonna get bangs. I went and got my hair trimmed finally after almost like a year and a quarter of not having my hair trimmed after I donated. The lady was like, your hair's not even back here. I'm like, yeah, can you even it out? And I had said something about bangs, and she's like, oh, I don't think you'd look good with bangs. And at first I was kind of like, you're an asshole, right? Like, I was like, eh. So I had her trim my hair, and I left. And I came home and I set up my bang, like even last night, I set up my bangs and I was looking at it and I was like, the idea is good. Like I want it, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I kind of like parting it off to the side right now and kind of like, letting it free flow. Like I'm kind of digging that. So maybe I'm just going to stick with that for a while. But I kind of was on the verge of copycatting my friend with her bangs, you know? Like she wanted to get bangs. The thing is I would have been, if I had cut my bangs last night, I would have gotten bangs before she did because she, God knows when she's going to go get her haircut. That's probably the first time, and I don't know how long that I've copied someone. You know what I mean? Oh, uh, the end of 2024, I went with my friend that I used to work with at work, and I got my nails done for the first time. She took me to her salon. Now, when I go get my nails done, I always go to that salon. She no longer lives here. She no longer works with me. Um, I guess you could say I copycatted that. I guess that was like a year and a quarter ago too, because that was just after I got my hair cut and I donated my hair. But I don't usually like copy people because I don't really see the point. I don't really see the point, you know. Even and again, even with clothes and shoes and stuff, like, and it's not that I don't find people's clothing and shoes and stuff attractive, but I usually end up gravitating towards, you know, whatever catches my eye, whatever I like, you know. So, like, I just don't understand people that can't figure out their own energy and they're constantly siphoning off of other people's. It doesn't make sense to me. It literally just means you don't know how to be your own person. And again, that has got to be some type of mental health issue. Seriously. And it's sad. At the end of the day, it's sad. Like whoever this person is, like it's sad. Cuz who lives in this energy? Who thinks it's okay to live in this energy? It is played out. It is. Aren't we done with this? It's 2026. Aren't we done? Are we done now? Can we be done? Can we call it quits? Can we stop stalking people and watching people? Like if you want to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. Why are you watching them from around the corner? Why are you secretly following their social media on a fake account? And if that person doesn't like you, then stop watching them. Why would you want to watch somebody and follow somebody that doesn't like you? I think I'm going to leave it there. It's kind of making me belligerent. I mean, I like it, but it's kind of making me belligerent. Okay, seriously though, I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, this is like probably like the third time in like 2 weeks that we've talked about this. I'm just gonna leave it there. You guys, um, take how it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. Like I said, it resonates for me. It reminds me of my situation at work. It really does. And only because that's just my perspective. I really don't know their perspective, you know? I have no idea. This is just me from the outside looking in and making a judgment call. And yeah, you know, like I really don't know. But that's how it looks to me. And that's how it looks to some other people. So I can't be too far off. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Wednesday, a wonderful hump day. We keep getting snow. It's freezing outside. I went to the dentist, I ran a couple errands, got gas, went to Starbucks, got a matcha that I'm gonna be able to drink in whew, half an hour, 36 minutes. I'm gonna be able to drink my matcha. I'm so excited. That's my lunch. It's probably like what, 500 calories? All right. I hope everybody has a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.